Hi there. I'm Francesca Hollingsworth, and I'm your Prosperity Path Guide to help you learn how to walk your prosperity path using the cutting edge of divination arts. And today I'm going to share with you the pathway through astrology and numerology. But first, I'm going to tell you a story. It is beauty, the inside story of transformation through grace. Fast, fast. I've got to go fast. Everyone tells me I've got to go fast, exclaimed Clacy breathlessly. Slow down, little one, Sue's voice. You will struggle when you don't follow your path or your process. Worrying about how to follow other people's opinions creates oppressive energy that leads you around in circles, going nowhere. Give yourself time. This will open the door to the gifts of grace. And then prosperous transformation and expansion will happen. Are you ready to transform through grace? Cool. Let's get started by taking a deep cleansing breath and letting go of stress. And as you take this deep cleansing breath, imagine it is going up the back to the top of the head, to the tips of the fingers, and letting it go out the base of the spine. Take one more deep cleansing breath the same way, and when you're ready, we'll begin and you can open your eyes. And I will start by sharing with you the chart for this upcoming September 13th powerful full moon in Pisces. So here we go. And I will bring out my little annotation here. So first we're going to start with the sun, and the sun is right in this big, huge cluster. And part of the reason I'm doing the whole cluster is because it's kind of hard to separate the sun, which gives you an indication of why this is a powerful full moon, is that we have a cluster of planets, which is called a stellium, all together in the same sign. We have the moon at 21 degrees. Near the moon is Mars at 17 degrees. And then on the other side, we have Venus at 29 degrees at conjunct, meaning the same as Mercury, the mind, at 29 degrees. And they are opposing the moon, which is, of course, what full moons are all about. Full moon is opposition. This is why we have tension and we have such a bright reflective light. So we have the moon at 21 degrees and Neptune at 17 degrees. Now, this full moon starts at 9:32 a.m. Pacific time, and it is occurring on September 13th, 2019. So, as I said, this is the moon of transformation. This is transformation through the gate of grace. So, one of the other things you want to take a look at is this big red triangle that's being created. And this is why I call this a very fast activation sequence, as well as an expansive activation sequence. So the words that I used in the story do explain this full moon. It is about an active, accelerating, expansive, transformational full moon through the gift of grace. Now, if you don't go through the gift of grace, you'll go through the shadow of dishonor. And what that means is that you will discover what is dishonoring you, what is not helping you in currently. And whatever is dishonoring you, you will feel the oppression. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing, because through the vibrations of dishonor and oppression, you can release the wounds that are created from that vibration, as long as you bring awareness to what is dishonoring you and what is oppressing you. And This is why the full moon is so important to understand, is that it will be casting a bright light on these two elements. And if you don't want oppression to be a major part of your life, the way through it is to transmute it. So the question is, how do you transmute it? And the moon is reflecting, giving you the gift of grace. So how you get out of dishonor and oppression is through transmuting those qualities or those situations that are showing up in your life through being gracious. Yeah. Not being a bully. No, that's not so effective. But being gracious. And so let's go a little bit deeper into this. That's kind of like one of my big tips for you with this full moon, is to choose to deal with any conflict that occurs from that gift of graciousness. But let's take a look now. I wanted to take a look at the signatures, and we have the sun and the moon. They're both at 21 degrees, which is all about creativity and self-expression. So from an inner and outer light, you're being asked to be creative and to bring out your self-expression through taking action from empowerment. That's what Mars is saying, to act from a place of empowerment and transmute your energy, your oppressive energy, into empowerment. And how the best, quickest way is through your creativity. And what can help you is through paying attention to what you value. And which is coming from Venus. Venus is saying, asking you the question, what is it that you value in your communications, in your partnerships, from that place of wisdom? And asking you to look at what you love and what you value from that gem of wisdom that can be communicated to you. And Mercury is saying something saying the same information, but allowing you to use your mental mind to ask that question. How is it best for you to communicate wisdom in relationship to what you dream and what you imagine that will empower you? And why I say that is because Neptune plays a huge part in this. So both Neptune and Mars have the same information, which is one of empowerment, and they are opposing each other. So there may be conflict between your dreams and your actions. But both of them are saying the same thing, which is empowerment. And how you can access that, what empowers you, is through diving deep inside, looking at what you value and what you love, and utilizing the wisdom of communication. And on top of it, here we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to expand this. So this is one of the reasons this is a really big full moon, because Jupiter is creating this activation sequence, this very quick activation sequence, to use your intuitive insights towards truth, towards seeking your truth. And if you don't seek your truth, well, actually, I don't know how much you're not going to be able to seek your truth, but you may not be aware of what your truth is. Because Jupiter is going to be there expanding that vibration. And then the other part I want to mention is this trio up here, which is, I like to call them the Capricorn trio. So Capricorn trio is at Pluto at 20 degrees. We have the south node at 15 degrees, and we have Saturn at 13 degrees. And what does this mean to you? Well, Capricorn is all about stability, discipline, responsibility, and Saturn is the same. So there is going to be a really strong vibration to make you responsible, in the area of what you manifest, and to utilize what you are naturally good at in the area of nurturing and healing and mothering, and having you take a look at your responsibility at a global level of your communications. So let's put this all together and under the umbrella of transformation through grace. So like Clacy said, Clacy wants to go fast, but fast in the area of what other people think Clacy should do. And as Boy said, it is not helping Clacy to move fast based on what other people are telling Clacy to do. And to give place, and Voice is telling Clacy, give Clacy time. And why I say that is because Jupiter is expanding time. So the quickest way to create prosperity in your life is to follow your specific prosperity path. And your specific prosperity path is actually written within your own personal birth chart. And how what's important about knowing this particular full moon is to know what energies are happening that are triggering the energies in your specific birth chart. And your specific birth chart is actually the code that you tune to. That being said, let me put this all together to help you manifest into matter the prosperity you are here to live. So in order to create prosperity in your life, it is to bring to light your initiative to communicate how it is that you are most creative, and to take action towards your self-expression and your creativity that will empower you. And the part that is accessible to empower you is actually really what you dream and what you imagine, and how you can get more in tune to the empowerment of your creativity and what you dream and what you imagine and how to take action is to connect to the communications of your values and what you love, and to work with your mental mind in observing and really honing in on that, and to not be like distracted by what other people think and what other people are saying you need to do. If you go in that trajectory to seek your truth and expand of seeking your truth through your intuitive insight, you will be blessed with the ability to manifest into matter and create the stability of what it is that you dream. And it will be easier for you to take responsibility for that, to manifest into matter, and to actually nurture and heal what it is that you are most familiar with, as well as to understand the communications at a global level. So you won't get stuck in the shadow vibration of dishonor and oppression and struggle and all that unnice kind of stuff that's kind of going on. So that is it for this upcoming September 13th full moon in Pisces. If you would like more personal information about your personal birth chart in relationship to this full moon, I do a group session, a private group session at 6 p.m. PDD Pacific time. You can access that by going to my website at www.innerbeautyhealing.us and look underneath the events tab. You will find new and full moon chart reading, and you can join the group. Cool. So I hope this helped you. Oh, by the way, I have opened up registration for my Prosperity Path 2020 Vision. It is a seminar, a 2-hour seminar that I do at noon on New Year's Day. It's a 2-hour seminar. I call out the big energy for the year as well as the R&R day. I give you a map as well as a worksheet, and this is the best way to plan 2020 next year with 2020 vision. So if you want that, just go to my website and look under the events page for Prosperity Path 2020, and I hope you join me on that very special day. Bye for now.